Hey guys, so today let's talk about the accounting business model, why I think it's the best business model for someone that's starting out to get to six figures. Okay, we're going to talk about, kind of why I think that's the case. I'm even going to address like why I have a mentorship program, like why I think that certain students should have some sort of either like coaching or some sort of like tax planning type service on top of it, and kind of break that stuff down. Also, I'm kind of switching up the style, so I actually got this new. It's like a stand. It's like a riser kind of addition to my desk. Let me see if I can show it to you guys for a second. And it basically kind of stands on top of your computer, so I can actually have more of like a standing desk type of feel. So I'm going to be starting to do my videos both standing and seated, and just kind of see how I'm kind of like doing and how I'm kind of feeling with that. Because I really have been making a focus on getting healthier this year, making sure I can get down to my goal weight, make sure I have like my body looks a certain way that I want. So one thing that's like really been good for that is like doing a lot of standing and a lot of walking. So that's one thing I've started adding into my routine this year, and it's really actually working pretty well. So let's jump into this thing. Okay, so number one, I like the accounting business model because the clients are recurring. So I once heard a billionaire, I think his name's Paul, it's like John Paul Doria, right? He had Patron tequila, as also John Paul Mitchell hair shampoo and conditioner. I think it was like a dry conditioner he was able to kind of put into the hair, and it just like made it really good. And he was saying you never have a business until you have a repeat customer. Okay? What I mean by that is every single time that you do well, your income should either remain the same or go up. That means every single time that you have a client, they should be able to give you like a way to say thank you for the service you've just done, or I really appreciate working with you, let's do it again. Every single month and every single year that someone keeps paying you money inside your accounting business, you're basically able to kind of get a really clear vision that you're doing really, really well, and it's something that like the happy clients will stay with you. There are a lot of business models where happy clients can't buy from you twice, and that makes it very, very hard for the business to scale. So it actually becomes a little bit more expensive because you have to pay money for advertisements to get new customers over and over and over and over. A good example is like e-commerce, right? Generally for e-commerce, you're selling like one-off products. Like maybe you'll sell like a camera plug, right? And basically it's like a camera battery plug. You just plug in your battery to do it. You only need one or two of these. You don't really need 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? So it's like it's they have to keep finding new people to sell to, and that's very expensive. So your highest cost is going to be advertising costs to get your message out there. For a business model like this, to get clients, you don't necessarily need to spend that much money, or if you do, it's generally going to be 1/12 of the cost of a customer, if you know what you're doing. And what I mean by that is, let's say you pay money for advertisements. If you know what you're doing when it comes to advertisements, you should be getting a client for about anywhere between $350 to about $500 per month, right? And it's really going to vary depending on the size client that you're going after. The larger size client, the more expensive it's going to be, because you have to run advertisements that filters through more people to find the exact match. So it's just gonna be more expensive. But it's generally going to be the cost of 1 month's worth of your client. So let's say you're gonna have a $500 per month client. It's generally gonna cost you about $500 per month. That's just what I kind of seen the math kind of work. So that's 1/12 of the first year. And every single year after that they go with you, it adds 12x to the return on ad spend that you have. That's an amazing business. That's a flywheel, because you pay it one time to get the advertising. You keep getting more and more and more and more. Versus let's even take a step back. I'll contrast it to a type of business model that you guys probably see, my mentorship program. Also, side tangent, if you want to help growing your business and maybe you've never thought about business in this way and just don't know what you don't know, click the link inside the description, book a call with myself to see if I can help you inside of our mentorship program. Okay, so back to this. So our mentorship program, for example, I make the business model more where it's like you pay a package price and then you get a result inside the program. But it's not like when someone's like excited and happy for working with me that they keep paying 5, 6, 7 different times. You know what I mean? Because that's just not how our business is set up. I want to be able to give information, basically like license out our model to show you exactly what you need to be doing. But outside of like potentially you like subcontracting work out to my accounting firm, there's not really a secondary or third thing that we sell to the person. So it does get a little more expensive in terms of like advertising, because we have to either like do YouTube videos or advertise to get new people inside of the business. Versus for the accounting firm, once a client comes in, unless they either go out of business or just something catastrophic happens to them, they don't leave you. Now, what you might be thinking, well, Bryce, why do you run a mentorship program then? Well, because number one, mentorship program is very good for cash bursts and cash infusions. It's also good to add variety to your day. So what a lot of our students do, if they have any kind of like CPA or like accounting type background, I recommend that once they have 3x whatever their monthly bills are, they start offering some sort of like consulting service, whether that's going to be like cleanups, whether it's going to be tax planning, whether it's tax solution. Some people it's going to be like some sort of coaching, like QuickBooks coaching or something like that. That way, when you sell it as a package, you can get a $3,000, $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 burst every single time you get a new client. So on top of your monthly recurring revenue, you're able to get these cash bursts that allow you to be able to start putting more money away in terms of like savings a lot faster. And oftentimes when it turns more into consulting, it's using more of your mind than generally more of, what's it called? More like physical billable hours. I know that sounds crazy. It's like physical because like we're not swinging sledgehammers or whatever, but it's like it's not based on you doing a deliverable. It's more based on your information and your skill set. So it's a little bit easier to kind of scale, and it doesn't take quite as much time to scale. So I always recommend like you start off with your monthly bookkeeping, monthly accounting services, okay? Because that's gonna be your base. I was talking to a gentleman actually a couple of days ago, and he was thinking about joining our mentorship program, and he built his business the opposite way. So he was doing more of like business consulting, and then he was trying to build the bookkeeping because he didn't understand that bookkeeping could work. But he was having trouble because he was always running into cash flow issues, because he would either maybe not get a consulting client one month, or he had to spend a bunch of ads another month, or just he had to hire like different like just a bunch of, it was just a mess. But because he didn't have that recurring revenue from the accounting first, he was always kind of in like a panic mode and just kind of like, oh my gosh, where's my next client, or where's my next bill coming from? So instead, if you build your accounting business first, that is going to support your life. That's going to support your future investment, your future businesses. I know some people are watching this video, like maybe you want to do an accounting business like your first business, and you maybe want to start doing real estate investing, you want to start doing something else in the future. This serves a really good foundation of income for you to be able to start taking more of those risks when you're thinking about starting your next thing, or you're starting like investing, right? So that's why I really think, and like it's also one of the better business models to make 6 figures for like 5 to 10 years straight. Okay, in my opinion, it's very unparalleled, because again, the clients don't leave you. That is, if you've never ran a business before, then that might be why that point doesn't really mean as much to you. But to have the confidence and security that the work you did 3 years ago, 5 years ago is still paying you today, and it's paying you a reasonable amount of money, is amazing. Because you basically have the same security that you kind of had with your job, but business owners generally tend to be very loyal, so they want to stay with you. Unless like their business shuts down, right? They're going to stay with you, even if you're charging a higher price point than what other people might charge. And it's just like, once you get to, well, let's say you get to 120,000 per year. The most that you're probably going to drop off is probably like 2 to 3 clients in a given year, right? So like just random things happen, right? So it's like, when I say 2 to 3, it's like going to be like maybe 2,000 a month might drop off, right? That's called your churn rate. Once you start getting a certain amount of revenue, to start calculating what your churn rate is, and then just get one more client than what you churn, and your income is basically the same, right? So you just keep those same clients for 5, 10 years, and your income doesn't change. So if you get to 120,000 one time, it keeps staying with you. Right? Maybe you get 1 or 2 more clients per year, right? And maybe you lose 1 client. Okay, so now you're still like, maybe you're at 130, 140, 150,000 per year. And once you get there, you just stay on the $150,000 per year, right? And it's just like, it just works, versus like we can't talk about the mentorship program, or just consulting in general, right? If you don't get a client, your income basically goes down to 0 for that month, right? But when you have this accounting firm, it's like once you get to 10K per month, you don't just go back to 0. You're staying at 10K per month. So it's amazing for people who are trying to get that consistency, that income. And it's just like, it just kind of gives you that good, solid base. Because that's what people are really struggling with when it comes to being able to leave their job for good. is that if you don't have a solid foundation, you're constantly feeling like you're in quicksand, or you're running like on a treadmill. And that's no matter whether you have your own business, whether you have a job, a contract, a side hustle, whatever. Once you have that recurring revenue, that's when your life gets a lot more consistent, because you can relax, you can take that deep breath, and you know that your bill's going to be paid every single month. So that's why I really think that the business model works. The next reason why I think it's really good as well is because you only need to be like a 5 out of 10 in terms of marketing. So let me put in perspective. To sell, the less something costs, like the price the product costs, the harder it is to make money with it on the internet. So let me say, for example, let's say that we have this comb. Let's say this comb costs about $7. If you're trying to advertise, it's probably going to cost you $5 to $8 to sell one $7 item. So where most e-commerce businesses have to get good at is lowering how much it costs to sell it via advertisements, or they have to make you buy a bunch of other things. Like maybe they make you buy hair gel, then maybe like some beard oil, and then like maybe like another comb, and then maybe a comb case, right? Because they increase this order value from the $7 that they're selling it for to more of like 15, so they can actually make a margin. Right, and you have to get masterful in marketing, because you have to figure out how to get people not only buy this one thing, but also buy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And every single thing that you sell and add on to that has to be like marketed and has to be written in a way that gets people to really feel like why they should buy all those things up like at the same time, when all they came for was a comb. Right, so you have to be like a master. That's like a 9, a 10 out of 10 when it comes to like marketing skill set. Right, same thing with like with other business models online. But if you think about it, for an accounting business, what do you really have to do? People know they have a need. You have to file taxes. Most businesses are terrible with cash flow management, so they have like really great months, and the next month is like trash. They have like no cash, and now their business owner is like panicking and like going into like a heart attack mode. So they already know they kind of need your service. Your job is to get enough business owners to like you and know you, to want to reach out to you and then pay you money. Like that doesn't take that much skill set. Now. The trick there is, even though yes, getting the leads in terms of getting accounting and bookkeeping leads is not tough, and like I say that as a professional marketer, you know what I mean? Like this is what I've paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to learn marketing and sales on top of my accounting skill set as well. But it's not that hard. The challenge is like most people just can't really combine marketing with closing the deals. They are either good at one or the other. Like I was talking to this guy today. He's thinking about joining the mentorship program. He's kind of being kind of weird about it, but he's good at sales. He's terrible at getting leads. So when he does get a lead, he's able to close them, but he doesn't get enough leads. And he's like doing like 8 hours a day worth of like work. Whereas I see other people where it's like they can get leads, they get like low value clients, but they can't get anyone to pay the right price points. So there's kind of a disconnect between the two. And oftentimes if we can just correct that disconnect and make sure you understand how to talk to the right type of person that can and is willing to pay you the right amount of money, it does get a lot easier. But again, that's like a 5, I'd even argue it's probably a 4 out of 10. I've seen some people that have no sales skills, no marketing skills, get to 10K per month. Like if some of the students in our program, if you saw how like little they did to grow their business, and like how little skill set it took to get to 10K per month, you'd probably hold them at gunpoint and be like, hey, what'd you do? How do I do it? Like you'd be very, very mad. Let me just tell you that. Like this guy I was talking to, he's working like 8 hours a day doing marketing. He hasn't gotten a single client. It's been like, I like to say it's been like 6 months to a year. I'm like, dude, you're working way hard on these mentorship students, man. What are you doing here? And like, you know, he's kind of on the fence. He's kind of just kind of there. So we're talking right now. I'm like actually texting on Facebook, hey man, are you ready to get started, kind of thing. Sometimes I like to we kind of go back and forth. We're semi friends at this point, but yeah, I mean it's just like, if you do the right things, you understand like what to focus on, then growing your business does become a lot smoother, right? So it doesn't take a lot of skill set, it just takes a lot of consistency and consistently doing the right actions so that you can make it easier, right? So we actually, in our program, we make it easier for you by showing you how to go and get partnerships with people that do most of the warming up of the leads for you. So by the time the lead gets there, you're not really doing sales and marketing, you're just communicating how you can help them out. There's a big difference. Right? If you come on and you're trying to sell people stuff, and you're trying to do marketing to stuff, you have to become a marketer, you have to become a salesperson. But if the person already wants to work with you, then all you have to do is just talk, show your personality, and just don't have any red flags, and it's pretty much whatever you say they're gonna do. And then you just have to make sure you can price it out correctly. Well, we teach you how to price inside our program as well. So as long as you have the price and you just don't come across like you have a bunch of red flags, they work with you. And then you just don't drop opportunities, and now you're sitting at 5, 6, 7, 8 grand after 2-3 months. You know what I mean? So it's it's not necessarily hard, it's just different than what most people do, and most people have the wrong expectations when it comes to it. I'm kind of noticing as I'm standing up, I have more hand gestures. I think that when I sit in my chair, my arms are on the armrest, so I can't move my arms as much. So you might have to kind of get used to me talking my hands, you know. But yeah, so I'm incredibly encouraged whenever I see people trying to start an accounting or bookkeeping business, because it personally is the business model that changed my life, and I'm really grateful that you're watching these videos to be able to start improving your life as well. Now, if you want some help growing your business, maybe been thinking about growing your business, just either you're in business right now, it's just not quite going the way that you hoped or the way that you wanted it to, and you want to make a change, you want to be able to go and reach your goal, or you're thinking about starting your business and you want to start it right now, you're committed to starting, it's just there's so much stuff that you don't know, and it's the more videos you watch, the more you're I don't know what I'm doing. You just want to have someone that can hold you by the hand and just make sure you know exactly what you need to do. Click the link. Both situations, click the link either above or below the video. Book a call with myself to see if I can help you inside our mentorship program, right? Because I want to see if I can help you, okay? You've watched a lot of my videos, so I'm really thankful for you supporting my business, supporting my brand. So I want to take you to that next level. Yes, there's a fee that's associated with it, but the fee is very, very minuscule compared to what you get as a result of it. So if you want to see if it could be a good fit for yourself and for your family and for your future, go ahead and click the link inside the description. Book the call. I will see you there, okay? I will talk to you soon. Bryce, out.